Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. My name is Burhanuddin and in this lecture we are going to learn about the Android manifest file. So this is the application that we have created in the previous lecture. So let's just have a look at this the manifest file of this application. So in the app folder, just click on the file manifest and that will open the manifest file for you. Let's just hide this for now. And as you can see now, the manifest file is open. So before diving into this manifest file, we need to know one thing, that Android manifest.xml is one of the most important files in the entire project, providing essential information to the Android build tools, Android operating system, and the Google Play Store as well. If your app's Android manifest file isn't set up correctly, then you can encounter a huge range of problems that Android system will enable to locate all the activities of on services of your application. Perhaps Google Play Store will let people download your app to completely incompatible devices, or maybe your app will unable to access the system features and information it requires. So let's just take a look at the Android manifest file and its nodes one by one. So the first one is the package name. As you can see right here inside the root element of this manifest file, the first thing you may notice is the package name, that is com.name.helloandroid. This name right here is the same as we have provided earlier during the creation of this Android application. Now, when it's time to build your project into the final Android application package, that is APK, the Android build tools will require this package name. This one is a namespace for your project's generated r.java class file. For example, in this manifest file, the R class will be created at com.53.helloandroid.r. The build tools will also use this package name to resolve any classes that you declared in the manifest file. For example, this activity main, and this activity main will be resolved to com.53.helloandroid. After resolving the manifest class names and namespacing the R class, the build tools will discard your package name, this one, and replace it by the application ID, the one that we saw in the build Gradle file right here. Okay. The application ID is used to uniquely identify your app both on device and Google Play Store. Initially, the ID will match the package name you selected when you created your project, but you can change the application ID and package name manually at any time. If you do edit the package name, if we do need to edit the package name, then the value defined in your manifest must match the package name defined in the project directory, that is this one, the name of this folder. Okay. If there are any differences between these two values, then your manifest will be unable to identify the app components and the R class won't be resolved correctly. If I want to change this, what can I do? Now, if I want to change this, if you can see, this whole thing is combined. So what I need to do is click on this gear icon right here and deselect these compact middle packages. And what will this do? That it will separate all the names after the dot or before the dot for me and divide them into the separate folders. So now if I want to change this hello Android something else, I can just refactor it. So let's say if I want to change it to hello world, so I can refactor, rename and rename the package to hello world and just click on the refactor. Now it is telling me that when I do so, hello Android will be replaced by the hello world on the following places. So I will just click on do refactor, and as you can see now, this thing is changed. Again, I can compact the middle packages, and in the Android manifest file I have also changed successfully hello Android to hello world. Now if we take a look at my package name, application ID is still hello Android, which is different from the name inside my package. Now if we take a look at the application ID, it still says com.53.hello Android, which is different from the Android manifest package name. Okay, so now if I want to add another activity to my application, I first need to register that activity inside my manifest file. For example, if I want to create a new class right here, create a new activity right here, new and activity, empty activity, and I can just say it main2 activity and click finish. Just wait for the Gradle to be built successfully. And as you can see in the manifest file now, that main2 activity is added to the manifest file automatically right here. So every activity must be defined in the Android manifest file. Now every tag in the Android manifest file has some required attribute, but the only required attribute in this activity tag is the Android name, which specifies the activity's name. This class name should be fully qualified name, but as this class resides in the same package, that is com.53.hello-world, we can use just a dot instead of the fully qualified name. If this class was residing on another package, then we need to provide a fully qualified name for that. Okay, so the second one, if my Android application consists of a service, then I need to specify that service into my manifest file, and that will be done by like this. Inside, make sure you write everything inside this application tag. So after this activity tag, what I want to do is specify another tag in the name of service. Now service is a component that can perform long-running operations in the background, such as fetching data over a network that we will do in the upcoming lectures, without blocking Android's main UI thread. You can start a service and leave it running in the background, or you can bind a service to another component. Okay, now if I want to declare a service, I can do it by like this with the service tag. And now there are list of attributes that you can use to control a service behavior, but as a minimum you will need to provide service name and service description. Okay, so it will be like this: service name, and for example I can type the name of my service here as dot, as it will be residing in the same package, my service. Okay, currently it is showing me an error because I don't have any service named as my service in my project, but it will be resolved if I have any. And the second thing I need to write is the description for the service. So I can say anything right here, or I can specify the description in the string.xml file, and then I can just refer to it. So for now I'm just referring that hello text to this description. Okay, so the next thing we can do, or we can specify in this manifest file, is information about the receiving intents that are broadcast receivers. A broadcast receiver is a component that allows your app to respond to broadcast messages from the Android system and other applications outside of the normal user flow, even if your app isn't running. The Android system automatically routes a broadcast to all the applications that are set up to receive the broadcast particular type of intent. Now, for registering to receive the action power connect and for registering the broadcast receiver in the manifest file, I just need to open a receiver tag and give provide the name of my broadcast receiver. For example, I can type my receiver here, and it will show me an error because I don't have such any receiver in my Android application. Now I need to provide the intent filter, which we will talk later on, and then the action tag, in which we will provide the Android name, and in which we will write Android dot intent dot action dot in caps action underscore power connected. I'll just close the tag and end the filter. So in this way I can register a broadcast receiver in the manifest file. Now the next thing we can add in this manifest file is a content provider. So what are the content provider? A content provider is a consistent standard interface that connects data in one process with code running in another process. Now content providers allow us to store data in a persistent storage location that your application can access, such as system file or SQLite database. By using content provider in our app, you can abstract away a lot of complexity typically associated with the storing data and sharing that data with other applications. So before using a content provider and accessing any data, we need to specify a user permission for that. So how would we do that? So just write before here the application tag, type uses permission and give it a name. I can just type in caps read user dictionary and close the tag. Other than this, there is other mandatory permissions, like if the user's operating system is running on greater than Android 6.0, then according to the rules of Android, we need to ask user for the every permission. We need to ask user every permission at the runtime. So for that we need to but before But if the user is running the Android version lower than 6.0, that Android manifest file will automatically ask for every permission at the time of the installation of the Android application. So suppose I have created an application which access to the user's location, so I can ask for that permission right here by typing user's location, that is find location, like that. Other than this, there is also one thing that we forgot to mention, is this intent filter. As you can see in my main activity, I have provided an intent filter which consists of two things, that are action and category. Now, as we know that this main activity will be the launcher activity, that is every time user click on my app icon, this main activity will open first. So I need to specify that thing in this manifest file, and I have done that by specifying the action attribute, which specifies that this activity is my main activity and the category of this activity is the launcher activity. Now, as we know that every application must consist of at least one manifest file, but that's not the case. Now, the thing is, every Android Studio project must consist of at least one manifest file, but it is also possible that the project contains multiple manifest files. For example, since your finished APK can only contain a single manifest, Gradle will merge all your manifests during the build process to create a single manifest file that ultimately shipped to your application. There are three types of manifests that Android Studio can merge from the highest priority to the lowest priority. These are the manifest file for the build variant, the main manifest file for your application module, and the third one is the manifest file from any included library. If an element from a lower priority manifest doesn't match any element in the higher priority manifest, then it will be added to the merge manifest file. However, if there is a matching element, then the merger tool will attempt to combine the attributes into the same element. If two or more manifests contains the same attribute with the different values, then merger conflict will occur. At this point, you will receive an error and need to instruct the merger tool on how to resolve this conflict. Now, to see the merge manifest file, just click on this merge manifest button right here, and you will see the different merge manifest files. As you can see right here, the color code is shown here, that the one in the white color is the code manifest file, the one in this color is the app main manifest file, and the one in this color is build Gradle file. So that's all you needed to know about the Android manifest file. See you in the next lecture.